Welcome to Stoic in Your Life, where wisdom from the ancient Stoics illuminates the modern world. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In today's episode, we're diving into 11 smart ways to deal with toxic people and identifying 10 types of toxic individuals you should avoid to protect your inner peace. As we explore these insights, I encourage you to reflect on your interactions and consider how these Stoic strategies can empower you to maintain your serenity amidst chaos. How do you currently handle negative influences in your life? Are there specific toxic types you've successfully managed to distance yourself from? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's foster a community where support and wisdom lead the way in navigating life's challenges. If you find value in our discussion, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join us as we continue to apply the timeless teachings of Stoicism to modern living. Now, let's step into our journey with clarity and courage. 1. Self-awareness. In a world teeming with challenges, dealing with toxic individuals can feel like navigating through a thick haze of negativity, obscuring our path and peace of mind. You've undoubtedly encountered someone whose presence alone seems to disrupt your equilibrium, haven't you? These are the people we often label as toxic because they spread negativity effortlessly, like smoke fills a room. The key to mastering this challenge lies in self-awareness. It begins with understanding how these interactions affect you. Think of it as knowing your smoke allergy. You'd naturally steer clear of smoke-filled rooms. Similarly, recognizing how you respond to negativity enables you to maintain an emotional distance. It reminds me of an adage from an old fencing master who taught that the essence of skill in fencing wasn't merely in striking, but in adeptly knowing when to sidestep an attack. Each time a toxic person aims a verbal jab your way, envision yourself performing a flawless dodge. You don't have to absorb the negativity because you're fully aware of your boundaries and you respect them enough not to let anyone trample them. This approach doesn't necessitate anger or confrontation, but rather a calm, steadfast knowledge of your own identity. Integrating this awareness into your daily routine can be as straightforward as learning to tie your shoes, challenging at first, yet eventually it becomes instinctual. When you encounter negativity, take a step back and reflect. Why does this bother me? What can I learn from this encounter? These aren't justifications for others' behaviors, but opportunities to fortify your mental resilience. Understand that the journey toward self-awareness isn't devoid of hurdles. There will be days when it's tempting to simply react, to retaliate with the same intensity you're confronted with. However, such responses are temporary victories at best, leaving a hollow feeling because they betray your true self. Choosing to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively is never the path of least resistance, but it is the correct one for preserving your integrity. This isn't about building a facade of indifference, but about constructing an inner fortress from a place of strength and serenity. It's not ignoring the negativity, but rather recognizing it without allowing it to dictate your actions. So, embrace this challenge. It not only hones your ability to cope, but also fortifies your resilience and ultimately strengthens you profoundly. When you consistently apply this level of self-awareness, you transform not just your interactions, but your entire life's trajectory. Reflect now. How will you apply this lesson today to become not just unshaken by toxic people, but unbreakably strong in the face of adversity? Let this understanding be your shield and guide as you continue on your path, ensuring each step forward is taken with intention and clarity. 2. Forgiveness and memory. Imagine yourself looking up at the night sky where stars glimmer amidst the vast darkness, each one a symbol of people in your life who brighten your existence with kindness and understanding. Yet in this same cosmic expanse, there lurk black holes, individuals whose toxicity can engulf your spirit and drain your energy. Have you ever wondered how you might navigate the complex galaxy of relationships without being pulled into these destructive voids? Envision yourself as a spaceship traversing this stellar landscape, propelled not by ordinary fuel but by the potent forces of courage and wisdom. This courage manifests through forgiveness, a powerful energy source that allows you to release past grievances and ascend beyond the pull of those who might do you harm. It liberates you from the heavy chains of resentment and frees you to pursue a path defined by peace and personal growth. But no spaceship can rely on power alone. It also needs a reliable navigation system. Here, your memory serves as this crucial guide, storing the valuable lessons from each encounter and quietly advising you to steer clear of known dangers. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Reflect on these words as you consider your own experiences with difficult individuals. Are not these past interactions not shackles, but rather coordinates on a celestial map, pointing you toward safer journeys and healthier interactions? This fusion of forgiveness and memory acts as a compass that directs you through the intricate web of human connections. With this in mind, take a moment to contemplate. In your own celestial dance of relationships, who shines brightly like a star, enriching your life, and from whom must you gently divert your course as if avoiding a black hole? How can you use forgiveness as a fuel to propel you onward? And how can your memories serve as your map, ensuring you do not repeat harmful patterns? As you mull over these questions, consider the role of each person in your life's ballet. Strive to be the spaceship that boldly carves a path through the cosmos, not merely surviving the chaos but thriving within it, powered by forgiveness and guided by the wisdom of past lessons. In this dance, let us each strive to be a beacon of light, like the stars above, rather than a force that consumes like a black hole. This journey through the cosmos of relationships is both challenging and rewarding. How will you adjust your course today to better align with the stars that enrich your existence and avoid those that darken it? Remember, in the grand tapestry of life, every interaction is an opportunity to learn and grow, each step a chance to shine brighter and travel further. 3. Emotional stability. Navigating life amidst toxic individuals can often feel like traversing through a dense, disorienting fog, each step uncertain, your direction obscured. Yet imagine there exists a beacon, a way to clear this haze, and it begins not externally but from a place deep within ourselves. Consider for a moment that individual who, despite the chaos swirling around them, remains unshaken, like a steadfast mountain bracing against a tempest. This remarkable poise isn't about detachment or emotional coldness, rather, it's a profound understanding that the realm within our control is solely how we respond to external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, a pillar of Stoic philosophy, once stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." His words encapsulate the Stoic belief that our true power lies in our reactions, not in futile attempts to control the uncontrollable. When toxicity attempts to breach our peace, we ought to summon our inner Stoic. This isn't about engaging with the drama or feeding the storm, but rather finding our center, like discovering the eye of a hurricane. Here, amidst the whirlwind of external chaos, lies a zone of utter calm. This serene space affords us the clarity to pause, reflect, and then choose to act from a position of reasoned tranquility. It's about shifting our focus from the turbulence without to fostering steadfast calm within. And how can we achieve and maintain this inner sanctum? Through the practice of mindfulness. While the term may seem worn in today's lexicon, its effectiveness remains robust. Mindfulness teaches us to detach and observe the upheaval without being consumed by it. We acknowledge the presence of toxicity as one acknowledges clouds passing overhead, transient, ever-shifting, and ultimately temporary. By practicing mindfulness, we realize that these disturbances are but moments in time, which, like all things, shall pass. So, the next time you find yourself amid negativity, remember this powerful truth. You are the master builder of your own peace. As Epictetus wisely instructed, make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. Build your foundation of peace with the strength of a mountain, unwavering and majestic, and let the storms rage on around you, unable to shake your core. 4. Setting boundaries. Next, we delve into the crucial practice of setting boundaries, a concept that Marcus Aurelius himself might liken to choosing which battles are worth donning armor for. Imagine every interaction you have as a brushstroke on the canvas of your day. Most strokes are colorful and enhance your life's picture, but then there are those, dark and draining, left by toxic people. These don't just stain, they threaten to overshadow the entire masterpiece of your day, affecting your mood and self-perception. Consider the ancient Stoics who excelled, not by evading challenges but by strengthening their mental fortresses. They mastered the art of selective engagement, understanding that not every critique or negative vibration deserves their energy. Emulating this Stoic wisdom doesn't mean constructing an impregnable barrier around your psyche, but rather being selective about the gates you open. Visualize your personal energy as a finite, valuable resource akin to water in a desert. Every interaction is akin to giving away a drop of this precious commodity. Ask yourself, would you prefer to offer your water to someone who sows seeds in your arid land, encouraging growth and bloom, or to someone whose presence evaporates it under the unforgiving sun? Setting boundaries means judiciously investing your energy. It's about calmly stating, "This is where I draw the line," with the serene confidence of a Stoic who recognizes the worth of their time and peace. This isn't about pushing people away with arrogance. It's about knowing when to say enough is enough, safeguarding your mental space without compromise. Imagine this. You're at work, and a colleague constantly demands your attention for tasks that disrupt your productivity and peace. Instead of enduring in silence, you choose to communicate your limits clearly. "I can help you during these specific times." This not only helps you maintain control over your day, but also teaches others to respect your space and time. Let's approach each day as an opportunity to paint our lives with intention, choosing to invest where we see potential for growth and happiness. Setting boundaries is an essential step in respecting and valuing yourself. It's not an act of aggression, but a profound act of self-respect and wisdom. If this discussion strikes a chord with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. How have you implemented boundaries in your life? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights like these. Together, let's continue crafting lives of tranquility and purpose, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. 5. Energy intelligence. Have you ever felt as if someone's negative presence could darken a perfectly sunny day, turning it into a storm of discomfort? We've all encountered people whose energy seems overwhelmingly toxic, capable of disrupting our peace and well-being. But what if you could navigate these challenging interactions with a kind of wisdom Marcus Aurelius might admire? Let's delve into the idea of energy intelligence as our guiding principle in dealing with such individuals. Imagine your energy as a protective barrier akin to the walls of an ancient fortress, safeguarding your inner peace against unwanted, negative influences. Now, think about the power of choice in these scenarios. Much like selecting the type of fuel that determines how well your car runs, you possess the autonomy to choose how you react to those who drain your energy. You can opt to respond with patience and understanding, or choose to disengage completely. Each decision serving as a superfuel to enhance your emotional stamina and maintain your balance. This strategy isn't about avoiding confrontation, but about arming yourself with knowledge and making decisions that resonate with your personal peace. Leveraging energy intelligence is more than just exercising self-restraint. It involves cultivating an environment so stable that even the severest storm cannot unsettle it. Consider a tree deeply rooted in the ground. It stands firm not because it is untouched by the wind, but because it has mastered the art of bending and swaying without snapping. This resilience effectively neutralizes toxic energy, compelling it to weaken or redirect. Now I invite you to ponder your own experiences. Reflect on times when you've been bombarded by someone else's negativity. How did you handle it? Did their gloom overshadow your brightness, or did you manage to maintain your light, guiding both yourself and perhaps even them back to tranquility. Embarking on this journey doesn't mean becoming impervious to external influences. Rather, it's about recognizing the vast reservoir of strength and insight you inherently possess, equipped to confront any challenge. Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and remind yourself of your inherent power. Looking ahead, how will you employ this energy intelligence not only to preserve your peace but also to illuminate paths for others? Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Remember, the true measure of your resilience isn't how you sidestep the storm, but how gracefully you dance in the rain. So, how will you choose to move forward? And what strategies will you employ to ensure that your light continues to shine brightly, even amidst adversity? 6. Focus on goals. In the pursuit of personal and professional goals, the road is often dotted with obstacles that test our resolve, perhaps none more so than the presence of toxic individuals. These detractors can range from subtly undermining colleagues to overtly discouraging family members, much like a sudden gust that attempts to veer a paper airplane off its course. It's a universal challenge, and yet, the solution lies not in confrontation, but in a stoic resilience to maintain one's course. Consider the case of Jordan, who embarked on the ambitious journey of starting a small online business. Faced with waves of skepticism from those closest to him, some questioning his decisions openly, others suggesting more traditional paths, Jordan found himself at a crossroads. Instead of engaging in futile arguments or seeking approval, he chose to deepen his expertise, expand his knowledge base, and incrementally build his venture. His story exemplifies the essence of focusing on one's goals despite external negativity. From Jordan's experience, we can extract a vital lesson about the power of conviction and the importance of ignoring distractions. This approach aligns closely with the wisdom of the Stoics, who taught that our power lies in our response to external circumstances, not in altering those circumstances themselves. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Indeed, managing our reactions to toxic people is a skill that we can develop and refine, akin to wearing a raincoat in a storm. It doesn't stop the rain, but keeps us dry. When faced with negativity or skepticism about your ambitions, remember Jordan. Instead of wasting energy trying to change the views of those who doubt you, invest it in strengthening your resolve and advancing your objectives. Meet skepticism with a smile and a nod, and continue on your path. You have milestones to achieve, and no amount of negativity should be allowed to take up residence in your thoughts rent-free. Embrace the Stoic mindset. Focus on your actions, relish the journey, and let dissent fade into the background. This approach not only shields you from the draining effects of negativity but also reinforces your commitment to your personal vision. It's a testament to the idea that while we cannot control the actions or attitudes of others, we can control our response to them. As you navigate the complexities of modern life, keep your eyes on the prize and remember that you are the master of your destiny, the sole navigator of your journey. Let this Stoic principle guide you through the ebbs and flows of life, ensuring that your spirit remains unshaken by the storms of negativity. 7. Seeking support. Navigating interactions with toxic individuals can often feel as though you're caught in a relentless storm, your peace of mind incessantly under siege. Have you ever encountered someone whose very presence disrupts your day, as if dark clouds suddenly obscured the sun? In these moments, it may feel as if you're trapped in quicksand, with every attempt to maintain your calm only pulling you deeper into frustration or anger. In the face of such challenges, seeking support doesn't signify weakness. It embodies profound wisdom. Consider the way a single candle can pierce the darkness. A confidant sharing your struggles can illuminate unseen paths, offering clarity and guidance. This support does not dilute our strength but fortifies it, reminding us of our inherent resilience and mental fortitude. Picture the invaluable advice of a wise elder, drawing from a deep well of experience to help you navigate through the toxicity with grace and dignity. To truly embrace the strength of Stoicism, we must acknowledge when external perspectives are beneficial. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control the actions of others, we have full dominion over our reactions. By seeking a broader viewpoint, much like zooming out on a map to explore alternate routes, we gain the ability to detach, reflect, and respond in alignment with our core values and aspirations for peace. Now, imagine you're at work, and a colleague constantly undermines your efforts with negativity and criticism. It's easy to react impulsively, which often exacerbates the situation. However, by confiding in a mentor or a trusted peer, you might discover strategies to handle the situation with composure and assertiveness, thereby transforming a potentially volatile atmosphere into a lesson in personal growth and resilience. How about you? Reflect on your own experiences with difficult individuals. Have you soldiered through these challenges alone, or have you sought the perspective of others to guide your path? Remember, the true mark of a Stoic lies not in enduring silence or solitary suffering, but in recognizing when and how to leverage the collective wisdom around us for a more thoughtful and effective journey through life's trials. In sum, while toxic people can disrupt our serenity, they also present opportunities for personal growth and deeper understanding of Stoic principles. By reaching out for support, we not only preserve our inner peace but also strengthen our capacity to face future challenges with equanimity and poise. What steps will you take to ensure that your responses to toxicity are thoughtful, deliberate, and reflective of your deepest values? 8. Control of negative self-talk. Have you ever encountered someone whose mere presence felt like a dark cloud overshadowing a sunny day? We've all felt the dampening effect of someone's negativity, where their energy seems to weigh heavily upon us. This feeling, as disheartening as it may be, often stems not just from their actions, but from the internal dialogue we entertain during such interactions. This is where the profound wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, becomes incredibly relevant. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote encapsulates the essence of Stoicism and guides us in handling toxic influences. Your mind is akin to a fertile garden. The thoughts you cultivate can either flourish as vibrant flowers or wither into lifeless weeds. When you plant seeds of strength and resilience, you enable yourself to stand firm against adversities. However, introducing doubts and fears into this mix can allow the invasive weeds of negativity to choke your thriving plants. Confronting toxic individuals isn't just about physical avoidance. It's an internal battle of narratives. It's crucial to monitor your self-talk, shifting from victimized questioning like, "Why do I have to deal with this?" to empowerment through queries like, "How can I grow stronger from this encounter?" Such a perspective isn't merely semantic, but a profound reclamation of your power. It fosters resilience, empathy, and the courage to maintain your boundaries. Another Stoic tool at your disposal is detachment, which involves wisely choosing where to invest your emotional energy. Imagine the hurtful words of others as arrows aimed at you. If your self-worth is your shield, these arrows cannot penetrate. This metaphor doesn't imply that you won't occasionally feel their sting, but it highlights that such wounds only deepen if you permit them to. Marcus Aurelius advises us to detach, not out of cold indifference, but from a place of strategic emotional investment. So take a moment to reflect. How often do you let external negativity seep into your self-talk? Managing this doesn't mean isolating yourself or building emotional walls, but rather understanding your worth and realizing that your reactions define your reality. Stoicism doesn't advocate for an emotionless existence, but encourages us to choose our battles wisely. The Stoic journey is about control. the control over oneself amidst the chaos of external influences. Remember, in this vast and unpredictable life, the ultimate control you can exert is over yourself. How will you use this control to transform your encounters with toxicity into opportunities for personal growth and inner peace? Think about this as you navigate through your day-to-day interactions and consider how adopting a Stoic mindset could change your reaction to the world around you. 9. Solution-oriented approach. Do you ever feel like you're wading through a swamp of negativity? Toxic people, unfortunately, are a fact of life. They can be colleagues, family members, even casual acquaintances, and their negativity can leave you feeling drained and frustrated. But what if, instead of dreading these interactions, you could see them as opportunities for growth? The ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a powerful framework for dealing with these difficult personalities. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts, emotions, and actions, and to let go of what we can't, the behavior of others. By adopting a solution-oriented mindset, you can transform these encounters from sources of frustration into stepping stones on your path to emotional intelligence and personal strength. Think of it like this. You're playing a game of chess against a toxic person. They're throwing emotional tantrums trying to manipulate you with negativity. But instead of reacting impulsively, you take a deep breath and assess the situation. You anticipate their moves, not with anger, but with a calm, strategic mind. This, as Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, reminds us, is the essence of true mastery. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Here's the key. Mastering this game doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. It means mastering your own emotions. It means listening intently, even when the other person is spewing negativity. It means responding with reason and empathy, not defensiveness or anger. This strategic calmness allows you to maintain your inner peace and avoid getting sucked into the toxic vortex. Adaptability is your greatest weapon in these situations. Think of a mighty oak tree. Its roots are firmly anchored in the earth, its trunk strong and resilient. Yet when the wind howls and the storm rages, the oak doesn't break. It bends, it sways, but it remains standing. This is the kind of adaptability you need to cultivate. You can hold fast to your values while navigating the challenges of interacting with difficult personalities. Imagine yourself as that unwavering oak. The negativity may be strong, but you won't be swayed from your core principles. This resilience will not only fortify your character, but it will also equip you with the tools to handle any situation life throws your way. As the poet Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Don't let toxic people dictate your path. Forge your own path with unwavering strength and unwavering positivity. Remember, the presence of toxic people is often inevitable, but how you react to them is entirely within your control. By embracing the Stoic principles of solution-oriented thinking and emotional control, you're not just avoiding the pitfalls of negativity. You're actively shaping your life, a life of peace, resilience, and unwavering dignity. As Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, said, "It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it. The choice is yours. Will you let negativity define you, or will you rise above it and become the master of your own emotions?" 10. Silence can be your superpower. Have you ever felt like every conversation is a minefield, especially with certain people? You know the feeling, walking on eggshells, bracing yourself for the next explosion. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who lived in the 2nd century AD, grappled with similar challenges. In his personal writings, known as Meditations, he explored the philosophy of Stoicism, a powerful framework for navigating life's difficulties, including toxic people. Imagine yourself lost in a dark maze. Every turn could lead to a dead end or, worse, a confrontation. Stoicism teaches us to navigate this maze strategically, choosing our battles wisely. Toxic people often thrive on getting a reaction, so why give them the satisfaction? Silence in these situations can be your superpower. Think about a recent interaction with a difficult person. Did you find yourself getting dragged into an argument, only to feel drained and frustrated afterwards? Stoicism encourages you to step back and pick our fights. Some battles are simply not worth the energy. Silence doesn't mean ignoring the problem, it means refusing to be controlled by it. Imagine a raging fire. Trying to douse it with gasoline, arguing with a toxic person, only makes things worse. Instead, calmness and patience can be your most effective tools. Now let's explore how to navigate beyond silence. Have you ever tried asking a difficult person reflective questions, prompting them to see things from a different perspective? This isn't about winning an argument or condoning their behavior. It's about shifting from confrontation to conversation, aiming to understand where they might be coming from. This approach may not work miracles every time, and that's perfectly okay. The goal isn't to fix them, but to protect your own peace and well-being. Think of empathy as your shield and patience as your sword. By trying to understand someone's underlying struggles, you're not excusing their actions, but rather choosing strength and wisdom over reactivity. Remember, everyone is fighting their own battles, some visible, some hidden. Imagine a colleague who constantly criticizes your work. Maybe they're feeling insecure about their own performance. By practicing patience, you can respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. This doesn't make you weak. It makes you strategically brilliant. Now I want you to take a moment and reflect. Can you identify patterns in your interactions with difficult people? Are there battles you've been fighting that are simply not worth your time and energy? Being stoic isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about managing your emotions, choosing where to invest your energy. Not every battle is meant for you to fight. So, the next time you feel yourself getting drawn into a potentially toxic situation, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this fight worth sacrificing my inner peace? Remember, silence can be a powerful tool, and a well-placed question can sometimes be even more effective. By strategically choosing your battles and approaching difficult people with wisdom and compassion, you can navigate life's maze with greater peace and purpose. 11. Detection of false cordiality. Have you ever felt a conversation go from friendly to fiery in the blink of an eye? It can be like watching a spark erupt into an inferno, leaving you bewildered and burnt. But here's the good news. With toxic people, you don't have to let every spark become a blaze. Stoicism, the philosophy championed by Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, offers a powerful tool in this situation. Understanding the art of detecting false cordiality. Imagine someone who feigns agreement with you, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Their body language will often betray their true feelings. A tight smile that doesn't reach their eyes, or arms crossed defensively, are like flashing neon signs screaming insincere. Take a moment to listen not just to their words but also to what's not being said. A voice dripping with forced sweetness or a laugh that seems out of place can be more revealing than any spoken words. These subtle cues are like invisible threads tugging at your intuition. Marcus Aurelius himself said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Trust your gut. The way someone communicates can be a mirror, reflecting their true intentions, clear as day for those who choose to see. Think about the patterns you observe in people's behavior. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, reminds us, it's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it. Consistent actions are the truest indicators of character. They're like the steady beat of a drum, unchanging and reliable. On the other hand, if someone's behavior changes drastically depending on the company they're with, it's a red flag. Their supposed friendship is likely just a performance. Paying attention to these patterns is crucial. In the game of human interaction, consistency reigns supreme. Learning to see through the facade of false cordiality isn't just about protecting yourself from toxic people. It's about creating an environment where genuine connections can thrive. Imagine yourself as a lighthouse radiating authenticity in a sea of pretense, guiding others towards the shores of real connection. The next time you sense something's off, trust your gut. Notice the signs. Remember, not every hand extended in friendship is worth taking. As Seneca, another Stoic thinker, wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient." Remain grounded, for your inner peace is your fortress. Guard it with the wisdom of Stoicism. So how can you put these ideas into practice? Think about a recent interaction where you felt someone's friendliness wasn't genuine. What were the specific signs you picked up on? How did it make you feel? Journaling about these experiences can be a powerful tool for self-reflection and developing your intuition. Remember, Stoicism is a philosophy for everyday life. By learning to identify and navigate false cordiality, you'll be better equipped to cultivate meaningful relationships and protect your inner peace. It's a journey of continuous learning and growth, and one that empowers you to create a life filled with genuine connections. 10 toxic types of people you should avoid. You shouldn't feel guilty about removing these toxic individuals from your life. In fact, it's advisable if you truly want to cultivate positive energy and minimize negativity in your life. 1. The Pessimists. As Marcus Aurelius once advised, choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. In this lesson, we're going to explore why distancing yourself from certain types of people is crucial for maintaining your inner peace and focus, particularly those known as the Pessimists. Pessimists have a unique way of seeing the world. Their glass is always half empty. If you spend a lot of time with them, their perspective can start to influence yours. You might begin to focus more on what you lack rather than appreciating what you have, which clouds your vision of life's possibilities. This type of negativity not only dampens your spirits, but can also hinder your ability to remain hopeful and positive. 2 essential ingredients for a fulfilling life. Now let me tell you a story about a friend of mine, Alex. Alex was an aspiring entrepreneur, brimming with innovative ideas and the passion to make them a reality. However, his close friend, Jamie, was a deep-seated pessimist. Every time Alex shared a new business idea, Jamie would point out all the reasons it could fail, rather than the potential it had to succeed. Over time, Alex noticed that his enthusiasm was dwindling. He was focusing more on potential failures than on exploring his ideas. It was only after he chose to surround himself with more supportive friends that his perspective shifted back to optimism. Alex's story underlines the subtle yet profound impact that pessimists can have on our dreams and energy. Have you ever noticed how your mood changes depending on who you're with? This isn't just coincidence. It's a reflection of the emotional and psychological influence that others can have on us. By choosing to surround yourself with people who uplift you rather than drag you down, you protect not only your mental health but also your dreams and ambitions. What kinds of impacts have negative people had on your life? How did you handle these situations? Reflecting on these questions can help you recognize the importance of fostering positive relationships. It can also inspire you to make changes that align better with your personal and professional goals. As we wrap up, remember that the company you keep can significantly influence your outlook on life and your path to success. Embracing optimism and surrounding yourself with those who also see the glass as half full will not only enhance your resilience but also empower you to navigate through life's challenges with a positive spirit. In doing so, you ensure that your journey is not only successful, but also enjoyable. 2. The Critics. Friedrich Nietzsche famously said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." This quote beautifully underscores the importance of finding purpose and meaning in life. But what happens when we encounter individuals who seem to challenge our sense of purpose, not constructively but destructively? Today, let's talk about a particularly toxic type of individual you might encounter on your journey: the critics. Critics are those individuals who seem to have a knack for constant criticism, without the intent to uplift or empower. It's essential to distinguish here. We all need feedback to grow and improve. Constructive criticism can be a powerful tool that helps us learn from our mistakes and better ourselves. The key word, however, is constructive. There's a vast difference between someone who offers helpful, well-meaning feedback and someone whose criticism serves no purpose other than to discourage. So why is it crucial to steer clear of destructive critics? Continuous negative feedback can significantly drain your energy and impede your personal and professional growth. It can cloud your vision of your why, making it harder to bear the how of your challenges. Critics of this nature often miss the balance of offering support alongside their critiques. They fail to celebrate your achievements and focus solely on your faults, which can skew your perception of your own capabilities and achievements. Think about the times when someone's criticism made you feel small or inadequate. Did it help you improve, or did it merely make you doubt yourself? Now consider the opposite. When someone offered you feedback that was tough but fair, and how they also made a point to acknowledge what you did well. Which scenario inspired you to try harder and do better? In your own life, who are the critics that offer nothing constructive? How do they make you feel about your goals and aspirations? More importantly, how do you handle interactions with them to safeguard your mental and emotional well-being? As you ponder these questions, remember the value of surrounding yourself with people who challenge you with kindness. These individuals are not just critics. They are mentors, cheerleaders, and possibly friends. They are the ones who push you to improve without tearing you down. They celebrate your victories no matter how small, and are genuine in their desire to see you succeed. Their criticism comes from a place of wanting to add to your life, not subtract from it. So, as you move forward, ask yourself, are you surrounded by people who help you grow with their constructive criticism? Or are those around you hindering your progress with their relentless, unconstructive negativity? What steps can you take today to ensure you are supported by those who truly want to see you thrive? Navigating through life's challenges can be tough, but with the right people by your side, every piece of feedback can become a stepping stone to greater success. Let's continue to learn how to embrace the positive and shield ourselves from the unnecessary harshness of toxic critics. Remember, the goal is not just to survive the critics, but to thrive in spite of them. What will your next step be towards nurturing a supportive circle that enhances your life and bolsters your journey? 3. The self-centered. Navigating the tumultuous waters of interpersonal relationships, one must be particularly wary of the self-centered individual, a type distinctly detrimental to personal growth and harmony. As articulated by William E. Gladstone, selfishness is the greatest curse of the human race. This metaphor not only paints a vivid picture, but also underscores the depth of impact a self-absorbed person can have on their surroundings. Just as a large tree might monopolize the sunlight, casting a persistent shadow over all other growth beneath, so too does the self-centered individual overshadow those around them, prioritizing their needs and desires to the detriment of others. In the grand tapestry of life, where each thread's vibrancy contributes to the overall beauty of the community, those who engage solely in self-promotion diminish the richness of human interaction. They are often unaware of the shade they cast, leaving companions feeling neglected and undervalued. It is akin to interacting with someone who views a conversation merely as a mirror, reflecting their own ideas and ignoring the colors others bring. This behavior is particularly poignant in today's fast-paced world, where the principles of Stoicism urge us to seek tranquility and virtue through understanding and caring for others. As Marcus Aurelius once advised, whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? This reflection not only fosters self-awareness but also encourages us to approach relationships with empathy rather than ego. To cultivate a healthier social environment, it is beneficial to gravitate towards individuals who exhibit empathy and understanding. Engaging with people who recognize and value mutual respect and compassion leads to more fulfilling and balanced interactions. These relationships, built on a foundation of reciprocal appreciation, enhance our lives, promoting both personal growth and collective well-being. 4. The harmful. No man was ever wise by chance. Seneca. This profound reminder from one of the great Stoic philosophers, Seneca, underlines the importance of deliberate choices in our lives, especially when it comes to the company we keep. Life, undeniably short and precious, should not be wasted on relationships that harm us rather than help us grow. Whether it's through intentional malice or mere thoughtlessness, some individuals can inflict deep emotional wounds. These scars can be significant barriers to our personal and emotional development. Understanding that each interaction shapes our life's journey compels us to choose our associates with siyl. This act of selection is not just a matter of preference but of self-respect and self-preservation. Prioritizing relationships that are supportive and uplifting is crucial. Consider for a moment the type of people you spend most of your time with. Do they uplift you, or do you often feel drained and diminished after being with them? Here's a story that might resonate with you. Emily, a young entrepreneur, found herself frequently entangled with a colleague who was consistently pessimistic. This colleague, Sarah, had a knack for finding faults in every situation, often discouraging new ideas before they could take flight. Initially, Emily tried to see it as mere caution, but over time, Sarah's unrelenting negativity began to drain Emily's enthusiasm for her projects. It wasn't until Emily chose to distance herself from Sarah and instead surrounded herself with more supportive and forward-thinking colleagues that her business began to truly flourish. This change not only boosted her professional life, but also her personal well-being. Now ask yourself, are there Sarahs in your life who might be holding you back from reaching your full potential? What might change if you surrounded yourself with people who believed in the beauty of your dreams and supported your growth? As we consider these questions, let us not forget that the energy we allow around us often sets the tone for our own internal landscape. Embracing this understanding helps us foster environments where we, and those around us, can thrive. The journey toward emotional growth and personal excellence is continuous and ever-evolving, and the company we keep can either serve as a catalyst for progress or a barrier to it. In concluding, remember that the choices we make about who we let into our lives are powerful determinants of our happiness and success. Cherish those who bring light and positivity into your life, and consider stepping back from relationships that cloud your potential. After all, as we navigate through the ebbs and flows of life with a serene mind and a resilient spirit, we are reminded that our time here is limited and precious. Make it count by investing in relationships that elevate and inspire you, and perhaps more importantly, allow you to do the same for others. The lesson is clear. Life is too short to spend it in the company of those who bring us down. Choose wisely, live fully, and respect yourself enough to walk away from harm. What steps will you take today to cultivate a circle that truly reflects your values and aspirations? 5. The jealous. Envy is the ulcer of the soul, Socrates once wisely remarked. Imagine navigating your journey through life, achieving milestones and celebrating successes, only to find that not everyone shares in your joy. This is often the case with the jealous, a type of individual whose presence can be subtly corrosive. They don't just harm themselves with their bitterness. Their attitude can also seep into your life, potentially stifling your growth and casting a pall over your achievements. You might have experienced this yourself. How does it feel when someone dims the light on your accomplishments, perhaps making you hesitant to share your next victory? Jealousy, a complex emotion, often stems from an individual's insecurities and dissatisfaction with their own circumstances. When such feelings fester, they can turn into resentment towards others who are perceived to be doing better. This resentment is not passive. It actively seeks to undermine others' happiness and success. Have you ever noticed how a jealous person might downplay your achievements, spread negativity, or even sabotage your efforts indirectly? It's crucial, therefore, to surround yourself with people who genuinely celebrate your victories as if they were their own. Consider the relationships that uplift you, the friends who clap the loudest at your achievements and offer genuine smiles when you share your joys. Aristotle once said, "Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow, ripening fruit." This suggests that true friendship, unlike mere acquaintanceship, grows through shared experiences and mutual respect over time. It requires people who can rejoice in each other's happiness without a shadow of envy. So why might someone choose to keep a jealous individual in their life? Perhaps it's a sense of loyalty or the history shared between them. But at what cost does this loyalty come, and is it worth the emotional toll? Reflect on your circle of friends and consider whether their influence is nurturing or if it drains your spirit. Ask yourself, are the relationships in my life encouraging my growth, or are they hindering it through jealousy and negativity? In conclusion, as you move forward, think about cultivating relationships with those who embody the spirit of true companionship, those who support and amplify your joy without a trace of resentment. After all, as we journey through the ups and downs of life, isn't it better to have companions who not only help us rise but also genuinely rejoice in our rising? What steps will you take today to ensure that your circle of influence is as positive and supportive as possible? 6. The Restrainers. Navigating the social landscapes of our lives, we often encounter a variety of personalities, some of which can foster growth, while others might inhibit it. Among these, the restrainers are particularly detrimental to those on a path toward personal excellence. As the Buddha wisely stated, "He who envies others does not obtain peace of mind." This sentiment is acutely relevant in environments where ambition is not only stifled, but where mediocrity is the norm. Imagine you are part of a group where your highest aspirations are regularly dismissed or ridiculed, not out of malice, but perhaps out of a subconscious fear of change or difference. These are the restrainers. They are the colleagues who never miss an opportunity to downplay your achievements, or the friends who subtly discourage your efforts to improve. Their influence can be subtle, yet profoundly damaging, leading you to question your own capabilities and goals. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus offers a fitting reflection for those entangled in the nets of such individuals. If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. This powerful reminder urges us to disregard the opinions of those who do not cheer for our growth. Stoicism teaches us the value of focusing on our internal progress and the virtues we can control, rather than the external validation that restrainers withhold. To truly thrive, it is essential to surround yourself with people who challenge you and push you toward greatness. This doesn't mean seeking out perpetual cheerleaders devoid of critical thought, but rather aligning yourself with those whose criticism is constructive and whose support is genuine. They are the ones who value your dreams, understand your potential, and encourage you to reach it. In modern life, distancing oneself from restrainers is more than a mere act of self-care. It is a strategic move towards personal fulfillment. Whether in professional settings or personal circles, the company you keep can significantly influence your mental health and overall life trajectory. As you evaluate your relationships, consider not only what you give, but also what you receive. Are you nourished or drained, inspired or stunted? As Mark Twain once said, "Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you believe that you too can become great." In essence, to live a fulfilling and ambitious life, one must carefully choose their circle, cultivating relationships that foster growth and eschewing those that hinder it. Thus, as you journey through the variegated experiences of life, remember that the freedom to choose your associates is not just a right, but a responsibility. Embrace it with wisdom, guided by the Stoic resolve to prioritize your well-being and personal advancement. Your aspirations are not merely fanciful dreams, they are the blueprints of your future. Surround yourself with those who understand this, and you will find not only success but also a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. 7. The ones who steal your happiness. Have you ever noticed how some people in your life seem less impressed by your achievements than you would expect, especially those closest to you? These individuals often find ways to undermine your efforts, constantly making you feel insecure and causing you to doubt your self-worth. This type of interaction can be particularly painful, coming from those we cherish and expect support from. They are what I call the happiness thieves. As the wise Stoic philosopher Epictetus once advised, if you wish to improve, be content to appear clueless or stupid in extraneous matters. Applying this to our lives today, it's clear that sometimes the best way to foster our personal growth is by distancing ourselves from the negativity that others bring into our space. But what does it look like in real life to step away from such toxicity? Let's consider the story of Jamie. Jamie was an aspiring writer who had recently published her first novel. While she received praise and positive feedback from many, her closest friends seemed unimpressed and often criticized Jamie's writing style and the novel's themes. Instead of celebrating her accomplishment, her friend would dismiss it as just a lucky break or nothing special. Jamie found herself feeling deflated and began questioning her abilities. In a moment of reflection, Jamie realized that her friend's behavior was a classic example of the happiness thieves in action. She decided to limit her interactions with this friend when discussing her writing career. Over time, this distance allowed Jamie to regain confidence in her work and continue writing without the burden of unsolicited, negative opinions. She surrounded herself with supportive friends who encouraged her growth and celebrated her successes, which in turn fueled her creativity and productivity. Now think about your own experiences. Have you ever encountered someone who seemed to always find fault in your successes? How did it affect your motivation and self-esteem? More importantly, how did you handle it? Did you find a way to protect your peace and continue on your path? Or are you still looking for a way to navigate these challenging dynamics? It's crucial to remember that you are the steward of your own happiness. Just like Jamie, sometimes you need to reassess the relationships that drain your joy rather than cultivate it. It's not about cutting people out of your life rashly, but about being mindful of who you allow into your inner circle and how they impact your emotional well-being. In closing, remember the lesson from our story and Epictetus's timeless wisdom. Growth often requires us to make tough choices about who we spend our time with. Protecting your peace isn't selfish. It's necessary for maintaining your happiness and pursuing your goals with a clear mind and a resilient spirit. Reflect on this. Who in your life enhances your joy, and who might be stealing it? How will you adjust these dynamics to support your happiness and growth? 8. The lazy ones. In our journey through life, we frequently encounter a vast spectrum of personalities, each influencing us in unique ways. Now let's talk about a particularly challenging type, the lazy ones. Have you ever been around someone who just doesn't seem to care? They lack motivation, display a general apathy towards life, and show little interest in their own well-being, let alone any desire to achieve something meaningful. It's essential to ask ourselves, what impact do these individuals have on us? Marcus Aurelius wisely pointed out, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This profound statement urges us to view obstacles, including the influence of less motivated individuals, as opportunities to define our path more clearly. When we surround ourselves with people who exhibit a zest for life and a drive to pursue goals, we're more likely to adopt similar habits. Conversely, spending time with those who embody lethargy and indifference can stifle our growth. Their lack of ambition can subtly seep into our lives, potentially stalling our own progress if we're not vigilant. You might wonder, how do we then navigate such relationships without falling into the trap of complacency? The answer lies in conscious choice and self-awareness. It's crucial to assess the company we keep. Do they spur us on, or do they drag us down? By choosing to engage more with those who inspire and motivate, we prioritize our personal development over stagnation. Reflect on this. When was the last time you felt truly inspired by the people around you? This question isn't just rhetorical, it's a call to action. It encourages us to evaluate our current relationships and make deliberate choices about who we allow into our personal space. in embracing this approach, we're not just avoiding the trap of laziness, we're actively choosing a life of action and purpose. Let's remember another gem from Marcus Aurelius. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. By embodying the values we admire, we attract like-minded individuals and create a circle of influence that propels us forward, rather than holding us back. Today I urge you to look around and see who is influencing your energy and ambition. Are you surrounded by those who kindle your fire, or those who dampen your spirits? Remember, the choice is always yours. Make it wisely, and let every interaction propel you closer to the person you aspire to be. This conscious effort can transform not only your personal journey, but also inspire those around you to elevate their own lives. How will you choose to move forward from here? 9. Those who always disappoint you. Navigating the treacherous waters of social interactions can often feel like a Herculean task, especially when you encounter individuals who perpetually let you down. These are the people who, seemingly indifferent to your emotions, fail to honor your dignity and respect. Their actions, or lack thereof, leave you reeling from discomfort or disrespect, often without a trace of remorse from them. It's as if their awareness of your feelings is shrouded in perpetual fog, and no matter how often you explain your hurt, it never seems to clear. Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher, once said, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" This introspective prompt doesn't excuse their behavior, but offers us a lens through which to assess our responses and choose our associations wisely. In the context of those who disappoint us continuously, the adage, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me," rings particularly true. It underscores the importance of setting boundaries to protect our mental well-being. In the modern hustle of life, where relationships can often determine the course of our personal and professional well-being, interacting with those who consistently let us down can drain our energies and distract us from our goals. The disappointment stemming from unmet expectations can cloud our judgment and hinder our progress. To navigate this, it is crucial to recognize the patterns of such toxic interactions early on and establish firm boundaries, or perhaps decide to walk away entirely. By doing so, you safeguard not only your emotional health but also your capacity to pursue what truly matters in life. Additionally, as we reflect on these interactions, it's valuable to consider the wisdom of Eleanor Roosevelt, who said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." This powerful reminder encourages us to reclaim our power and decide who deserves our time and attention. In the grand tapestry of life, ensuring that each thread strengthens rather than weakens the overall design is a testament to our resilience and self-respect. Thus, as you move forward, consider each relationship as a choice. Reflect on the value and joy each person brings into your life. In doing so, you'll find that distancing yourself from those who consistently disappoint isn't just about avoiding negativity, but about embracing those who uplift, support, and respect you. Engage deeply with those who mirror the respect and integrity you bring to the table, and watch as your life transforms not just in the quality of your relationships but in all aspects of your personal and professional endeavors. This strategic approach to relationships will not only enhance your well-being, but also propel you towards a life of fulfillment and success. 10. The Devious Manipulators. In a world where interactions shape our lives, understanding the people around you is crucial for personal growth and maintaining peace of mind. Next, let's talk about a particularly challenging type of person you might encounter: the devious manipulator. These individuals are experts at spotting vulnerabilities, using them to make you feel embarrassed or guilty about choices you'd rather not make. Their tactics are subtle and often go unnoticed until you find yourself ensnared in a web of manipulation. coerced into following their hidden agendas, which can erode your confidence and autonomy. The wise words of Seneca resonate deeply here. No man was ever wise by chance. This underscores the necessity of cultivating emotional intelligence to recognize and counteract manipulative behaviors. By remaining vigilant, you can protect not only your decisions, but also the integrity of your emotional well-being. Imagine you're at work and a colleague constantly pressures you to take on tasks that aren't yours, subtly suggesting that refusing would be selfish or unteamlike. Over time, this person praises your helpfulness, but never actually reciprocates. You might start to wonder, are you being helpful, or are you being manipulated? This scenario is all too common, and it highlights the importance of setting boundaries and recognizing when someone is taking advantage of your good nature. How can you tell if someone in your life is a devious manipulator? What steps can you take to safeguard your emotional and mental space from such influences? Reflecting on these questions can help you identify and mitigate the impact of manipulators in your life. As we conclude, remember the importance of emotional vigilance. The presence of manipulators is an unfortunate reality, but by strengthening your awareness and boundaries, you can preserve your autonomy. Remember, no one should have the power to make you feel inferior without your consent. Recognize the signs, trust your instincts, and take proactive steps to protect your peace of mind. This awareness isn't just about avoiding negativity, it's about affirming your right to a manipulator-free life, where your decisions and emotions are wholly your own. As we conclude our journey through the teachings of Marcus Aurelius and the insights into dealing with toxic individuals, it's clear that wisdom from Stoicism isn't just ancient philosophy, it's a practical toolkit for modern living. From understanding the types of toxic people to mastering your emotional responses, these strategies empower you to maintain serenity and focus on your growth, regardless of the negativity that may swirl around you. If you found value in this video, please consider showing your support. Like this video if it resonated with you, share it to help others navigate their relationships more wisely, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life to join a community dedicated to exploring and applying Stoic wisdom. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our upcoming videos, where we'll continue to dive deep into the principles of Stoicism and how they can transform your life. Thank you for watching, and remember, every day is an opportunity to apply these lessons and strengthen your journey toward a more fulfilling, Stoic life.